Hi there, this is Miss Johnson, and this is the presentation for those of you who are not able to attend the Parents' Night for Blueprint. Our goal is that after hearing this presentation, you'll have a better understanding of the how and why of the Blueprint approach and the structure of a typical day in Blueprint. Simply put, Blueprint is an opportunity for our students to extend and move to the next level with project-based learning. This is by allowing kids to work through projects they design themselves. The idea for Blueprint stems from our belief that our kids are ready to move forward, and for many kids, Blueprint is that next natural step. After several years of experiencing and thriving with project-based learning, we developed Blueprint because we see so much potential in our kids each day with the foundation they've built with all their wonderful teachers here. We believe that they are ready for more. We see them every day, listen to them every day, and believe in them. We know how they think and what drives them, and that's why we wanted to create an opportunity for them to reach their fullest potential. It's our mission to embrace learning with an open heart and focused mind in order to empower creative individuals to advocate, influence, and spark change. Blueprint is an extension of project-based learning and allows kids to be on the front end of designing the project, whereas typically, students work through an engaging project that has been designed by teachers. Students will select from the world-class outcomes, social studies and science content, reading and writing skills, and 21st century skills to write their own challenging problem and design solutions. Students will choose who they're collaborating with, receiving direct instruction they need to meet specific goals, and reflect daily on their progress as they receive constant feedback from teachers and peers. We designed this approach to be an extension of all the amazing things that are already being done here at Sage Canyon. Our students thrive in an environment that's flexible and yet purposeful, and we truly believe that this concept will continue to fuel a contagious spark for learning. This will be the next step in keeping our students moving forward with PBL. When we think about Blueprint long term, there are key skills that we want our students to leave us with, whether they begin with us as 5th graders or 6th graders. We understand that when kids leave us, their future school experience could look very different. But we believe that the skills we've defined here are lifelong skills that will help kids be successful in any educational or real-world experience. Now, we broke it into 4 different categories to measure their success. Autonomy. We want our students to be independent and self-driven. We want them to have a strong understanding of who they are so they can advocate for their needs and push themselves to a new level. We also want them to have confidence. We want them to feel empowered to take on challenges and have confidence to explore new ideas. We want them to feel proud of who they are with both their strengths and their weaknesses, and to feel positive and self-assured on how to achieve their goals. We also want them to feel good. There's also resilience. We want our students to understand that learning is a process and there's a tremendous amount of growth to be made and insight to be had when we make mistakes, so long as we take the opportunity to reflect and move forward with a growth mindset. We also want them to recognize opportunities for resilience in the real world so that they can design real-world solutions to problems, becoming advocates for others and influencing change. Lastly, we have curiosity. We want our students to be fueled by their curiosity, to ask questions and to seek answers to those questions, and then ask questions again. We want them to be curious about the way things work and develop a curiosity in what others are learning so that they can develop a mutual respect and culture of collaboration among their peers. Now I'm going to take you through the day in the life of a Blueprint student. You're going to hear one of my current students playing the part of a 6th grader, giving their perspective of their day, and then I will come in and give you the educator's perspective of what they are doing.
We meet as a whole Blueprint group. It gives us the time to share announcements or celebrations with each other or talk about challenges that we are facing. Plus, our teachers give us a large group goal that we can focus on throughout the day.
The Pillars time is when all Blueprint students come together in the morning. It's a great way that we can come together and share achievements with each other, share celebrations, and to build each other up, as well as come together when there's hard times. It's a great way to just get into the day energized and to build a sense of community, not with their smaller groups, but with the whole group as well.
Sort of like my homeroom. One of the blueprint teachers will be assigned as my build teacher. This is when I will have a smaller group and time to build my blueprint each day. When I'm first designing a project, I'll use the plan page to choose the bigger goals I want to accomplish by the end, like what I want to learn about in science, what reading goals I need to achieve, and then each day my build teacher will help me design the schedule to make sure I know how to meet my goals and I have built in this time to support for all the support I might need.
Build is a time where they're going to get together in a smaller group with one teacher. This is when they're going to create their schedule for the day. They will use their knowledge of what their needs are and implement that into what they'll do for the rest of those hours. They'll also be designing their project. Now, in order to design their own project, there's certain pieces that they need to implement. That's where the website comes in. The website is kind of our hub for the students day by day. So I'm going to take you through the plan page that they will be going through. Here on the website, students have access to all the components they need to incorporate while designing their project. They must choose one of the world-class outcomes, which are broken up by theme, as well as a 21st century skill, one of the 4 C's, and content standards. Content standards are broken up by social studies, science, and reading and writing. They will create goals based off of the path they choose and be assessed on the skills they pick from these lists.
I needed to learn how to edit a paragraph before I can publish a website I've made with Mrs. Goings. Mrs. Goings knew that there was a few of us that needed a skill, so she designed a seminar for us on this. We will be able to learn how to do this in a small group.
This is direct instruction by teachers. They will discover roadblocks in their project and request seminars that will equip them to overcome these. Seminar topics will also be derived through conferencing one-on-one with the teacher and student. We'll be able to identify needs that they have and guide them to a lesson that they need in order to continue.
Now I have time to work on my goals and plan for my project. The blueprint teachers that aren't teaching a seminar will be able to conference with me about my progress and give me feedback so I know how to move forward. I can also reach out to other kids or experts to help me achieve my specific goals.
This time is designed for students to work through their projects, asking questions and seeking answers, constructing solutions, and deepening their understanding of the chosen subject matter. Students, project to project, will be able to choose to work alone or to work collaboratively with other students.
We all get to stop work on our blueprints and break out into small groups with our blueprint teachers that teach math. We are in groups that depend on our abilities in math. It's a lot like math class. It's a lot like how math has been in the past.
This is math as you've known it for the past few years in 4th, 5th, and 6th. They'll be grouped based off of pace and ability, and we will be working through the subject matter in a more linear fashion.
I get to eat lunch with other 6th graders, which is great because I have gone to school with them for a long, long time, and I have lots of friends that I want to see.
We think it is important for students to have lunch and recess with other students in the same grade levels. They've been building these relationships with these other kids since they first came into Sage Canyon, and we don't want them to lose that. This is a time where they can be together with students whether or not they're in the blueprint class.
I realized as I was working on my project yesterday that I didn't know if the website I was using for my research were good sources of information. Mrs. Johnson saw that too, and so she is offering a seminar on identifying credible sources. Time to work again on my project goals and plan for my project. Still really struggling with making changes using the feedback of my peers. Luckily, Mrs. Vaughn is teaching a seminar and incorporating feedback. Extra support from a learning specialist to meet an educational goal. I spend time with a small group of peers outside of Blueprint to accomplish this.
We are privileged to have some amazing learning specialists at Sage Canyon. Students who are on READ plans or IEPs will continue to see them during personal support time.
Time for specials classes. I will get to go with my fellow 6th graders.
Students will continue to go to regular specials classes with all kids of their similar age. That way, they'll still be able to be fed through team building, sports, music, and arts, as well as being able to continue to foster relationships with students that may not be in Blueprint.
Time, I have the time to look at the goals I set for the day to see if I was able to accomplish them or if I need to make changes for tomorrow. I learned a lot on my seminars today, so I think tomorrow I will be able to use what I've learned and really go far in my research and project. I think I'll schedule more Blueprint time tomorrow.
At the end of the day, they will individually take the time to reflect on what they've accomplished and what they believe should be the next step. Setting goals is most effective when the time is taken to continually look back and evaluate if they are in process of being achieved. If you've explored the parent page of our website, there is a new button that says questions. When you click there, it'll take you to a form where you can submit a message to our new Blueprint email. We'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our vision of Blueprint. If you think this is the next best step for your student, on the parent page you'll also find the contract. Just get that signed and give it to any teacher and they'll get it to us. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day.